Airman Cave Archives! Knowing and doing are two different things. Hey, welcome back to Airman Cave Archives. Tonight, I thought we would take a look at a trophy. Now, this is the Hatsun Kickballers League Championship Trophy. Okay, so I may have made it up. But what happened was we had my in-laws come for a visit, and I like to do competitive stuff. And we actually put a trophy together with a little tournament. And then that way we would have something to do during Thanksgiving. Well, of course, and eat turkey too. But in our front yard, we actually drew out the grid for the playing field and bought a couple kickballs and some of the bases and everything. And it was pretty competitive, I'll tell you. Although I did get injured at one point because I twisted my ankle in a hole that was in the yard. Now, my father-in-law, he kind of had some back problems, and so he was the all-time pitcher. And actually it ended up being my little brother-in-law, my son, and myself playing against each other. Now, we did have another championship a year or two after that, and we had moved to a smaller yard, so it was kind of a little bit more confined and not as much fun. But my son actually ended up winning that championship. So, lots of fun, lots of good times, and memories for sure. So, Hatsun Kickballers League champion. All right. Now, what we'll do is take a look at one of my Sabers. Well, I've only got one, but check it out. I've been working on a project with a couple of the guys, and we'll call them Brock and Grub. But after we got done with the project, I thought, man, these three amigos, me and those two guys, we needed something to bring together kind of the essence of what it was that we've been working on, as well just to say from me to them a thank you. And I had the idea of coming up with a single cut of a piece of wood and chop it into three pieces, kind of like a Trinity effect, which actually worked out well because the core values for the Air Force, there's three of them: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. And what I did is I rotated it out through the different pieces, and it says integrity, service, and excellence on it. And then I actually had the Air Force symbol emblazed on it, as well as embedded a couple of the coins for the squadron or the unit that we worked with, the Gunter NCO Academy. Now, afterwards, I put this Saber atop it, as well as on the back. Oh goodness, you have a handy dandy little plaque that says Jason, Dan, and Kyle. You can figure out the last names. But also, it's got a little saying in Spanish on the bottom. Funny story. During the course of us working on this project as a team, there was a point whenever I really was at wit's end and wanted to basically voice some of my concerns with leadership. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to fall on my sword by myself and go and talk to them. And my two guys said, hold on a second. We don't want you to go it alone. Because they kind of know sometimes I get a little hot-headed maybe and speak too freely. So they went with me, and during the meeting, it come to find out we had been labeled, we'll say, poo talkers. And so to put that on this, memorialize it, basically in Spanish it says the three poo talkers. We'll leave it at that. Now, I will tell you the sad thing is, or the sad part of the story, so I made the first one and gave it to said individual. And unbeknownst to me until later on, it may or may not have ended up on a curbside somewhere. I don't know. Which I get it. Not everybody's touchy-feely or likes to collect things and do things of that nature. And so as to not go through the effort and the energy and the pain to make another one for another member of the team, I kind of put it out there, hey, this takes a while because I stain everything. I put stuff on the bottom of it. I lacquer and paint it myself or stain it myself. So do you really want this, or can I give you a gift card and call it even? And so we kind of just came to the realization that sometimes not everybody needs a big hunk of wood. Now that you know about the championship and you know about my Saber, take a look around. Maybe you've got some stories about some things that you've accomplished that your family might want to hear about. And thanks for stopping back by, guys, and we'll see you next time. Airman Cave Archives! Knowing and doing are two different things.